Matthews, inventor of the original Soul Seat. Here at Ikaria Design, we're the folks that gave the world permission to sit weird. And now we're inviting you to join us on the reverse hero's journey. And we'll hope you'll see that using a Soul Seat is just one of many paths available to you. The sitting landscape has changed a lot since we shipped the first Soul Seat over 15 years ago. And now it's getting easier and easier to choose the floor every day. We'll start with 3 easy wins that you can use right now to step into your reverse hero's journey. You can find everything I'm going to talk about in a PDF, a free download, so you don't want to waste your time. If you want to skip this whole video and download that PDF, go at it. Here at Ikaria Design, we talk about the reverse hero's journey, and this is a different sort of hero's journey than we're used to from movies and legends and myths. In this journey, you find your way back to a mastery that you used to have. You don't have to leave home and find a guide to develop the mastery. We're happy to be your guide, but this is a mastery that you've had in the past, and our goal is to help you regain that. So we call it the reverse hero's journey. And the journey begins when you notice that there's a difference between a skill you had, such as squatting and sitting as a toddler, and how your capacity for sitting now. And for me, I first noticed this in my early 20s when I was a student teacher in a kindergarten class, and I naively decided to sit down on the reading rug without any preparation or warm-up. And I remember it was a deep blue shag rug by the bookcases, and there was about 10 or so other kindergartners sitting there. And within 5 minutes, I was just in horrible pain in my knees and my hips and my neck. And my shoulders were rounded, my back was rounded. Here I was, and I looked around, and I was in the company of these master sitters, and I wasn't one of them. I was the only one that was uncomfortable. So we're meeting our hero in a different way. Here's a hero that's trying to get back to what the masters and what I had at one point was a master. So I got to thinking, what happened to me between then, where I was my first year or two, and now. And so that started my reverse hero's journey. The first easy win that we're going to talk about today is to see if you can find an old photograph of yourself as a toddler, and hopefully one of you sitting on the floor, sitting either cross-legged or in a nice squat, or kneeling, and literally sit with those photos and notice the difference between how you could sit then when you taught yourself how to sit up and how you're doing now. What might have happened in the meantime? That's part of what this whole video is about. So the second easy win is to check out the sit-rise test. And we've got a description of it in the PDF there. And there's lots of resources you can find on the web, lots of videos about how to perform the sit-rise test. It's a pretty easy thing to do, and do it without judgment. Don't worry about whether you score a perfect 10 or not. It's something you can improve on, and you may have even tried this before. So take the sit-rise test and see where you score. And the cool thing about sitting, if you mastered sitting as a toddler, then you've got the same skeleton pretty much. The good news is that you can retrain your fascia and your muscles to be that flexible again. The bad news is it takes some effort, and your fascia will resist. Your body's going to want to stay in its tight position that it's been in, most of your life. But it's the sort of thing that you can work on, and that's what the PDF is about, is to help you get going in that direction and find some allies. You'll start to notice other people that are choosing the floor, that are choosing to sit weird. We've got allies like Katie Bowman and Galen Kranz, who are helping give people permission to keep moving. And here's a third easy win to get you started on your reverse hero's journey. Decide to take 5 minutes on the floor next time you're going to do some screen time, or just to read a book, or anything else that you can imagine doing on the floor. Board games are great on the floor. So, and you don't have to do more than 5 minutes, and then see how you feel. And see if that's something you might want to do every day, and slowly increase that the length of time. It was our customers that taught us about this reverse hero's journey. We first noticed when people would sit on the soul seat, we'd often have to encourage folks because it looks kind of odd, and people assume they're going to be uncomfortable. And then when they sit down and settle in, this look of recognition washes over their face as they realize, oh, this used to be effortless sitting like this. And they feel their spine erect, and they feel their hips open. And what we've started calling this was the soul seat sigh. So it was a recognition of a mastery that they used to have that they no longer had. And the next thing that our customers taught us was that they were on a journey back to this mastery. And we had a customer call us and say, listen, I want to know if you'll buy my soul seat back, because I'm not using it so much. I'm primarily working on the floor. And so we were delighted to hear that, and that's what started our buyback program. At Ikaria Design, we think there are three main keys to a successful reverse hero's journey. The first is just noticing, developing the awareness that there is a gap between a mastery that you once had and where you are now, and what was involved in that, taking that mastery away from you. And if you've noticed the gap between, if you got that photo and you've noticed there's a difference already in what you used to be able to do, well, congratulations. You've already started the reverse hero's journey. And a second key element that we see is the social support and the social milieu in which you find yourself either choosing or not choosing the floor. And at Ikaria Design, having been building soul seats for the last 15 years, we've done a big chunk of making the space more welcoming for those of us who sit weird. We even have, we're not the only ones building crisscross applesauce chairs anymore, which we were when we started out. So there's a lot more social support for sitting weird, and we want to help encourage that. The more support there is, the better for all of us, whether you're a soul seat customer or not. And then the third is finding more and more ways to integrate movement into everything that you do. And you don't need particular gear to do that. It's with most of our tools are wireless now. We can choose the floor to do just about anything, or sit on a flat surface, or there's so many options now. So as promised at the beginning of the video, I've got some cool new merch to share. We've got these onesies for the sitting masters that you won't know of in your life. This one says Squat Champ, and the next one says Eat, Squat, Nap, Repeat, and the third one is Best Posture of My Life. You can find those on our website and gift them to a master of sitting that you know. So if you like, you can download that PDF and get started on your soul seat journey. If you've noticed that there's a gap between what you could do as a toddler and where you are now, congratulations. You've already started on the Soul Seat journey, and welcome to the crew that's doing this. And the more of us that do this together, the better. And if you'd like a bonus, we will leave a link for this really great commercial from I think it's from the Netherlands. It's a diaper commercial, but it's a toddler actually leading a yoga class. It's a really fun scene, and so we'll share that with you. Thanks for watching the video, and we hope to see you in the next one.